Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Ben Herrera Show. It is Friday the 13th, everybody. So, tonight's episode is a special one because it's Jason's Day. Yes, I said Jason's Day because it's Friday the 13th. So, before we get on to the show, let's go ahead and get our intro going. We'll be right back. Sorry, I forgot to hit the button. What's up, everybody? Again, it is a Friday the 13th. And I think this is the last Friday the 13th for the rest of the year. I may be wrong. Somebody go look it up and prove me wrong. I apologize for that long wait there, people. I was looking for my drink and I forgot I finished it. But anyways, so I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in to the Ben Herrera Show. It's Friday the 13th, like I said. So what is your favorite scary movie, horror flick, whatever you want to call it? Or what do you think is the scariest that you've ever watched? Of course, you know, you got your, what's it called? I can't think of the name. Exorcist type movies. You know, you got those. And so, let me figure something out. Horror flicks. So if you sit here and you're watching a scary movie, man, how come every time some scary shit happens? Anybody remember that and what movie that came from? But you know, you got your comedy, you know, your what do you call those parody movies that you know, or they're making fun of the scary movies, and you know, it makes you laugh, it makes you have fun, and then you realize I want to go watch that scary movie again. So, which one is your favorite scary movie of all time? I would say, well, at least something that scared you when you were younger. I would say for me would probably be Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That was a pretty scary movie back then, you know, because you're sitting here thinking like, oh my gosh, there's people out there that are gonna kill me like that. Or I'm gonna you know, walk into somebody's house and end up being like that. But you know, I've once to walk into a house and that end up happening, you know, to anybody. Uh, but yeah, you know, oops, I dropped my phone. Of course that would happen. I gotta mute something real quick. Mute. Hold on. Sorry. I dropped everything. I don't know how that happened. Oh, of course. Never mind. So I can't even tell if anybody's talking. Anyways, so yeah, definitely. It's you know Friday the 13th is a what do you call it day where people are what is that called? Why am I drawing a blank? Why tonight? Of course, tonight. I'm drawing a blank. No, oh my lord, I can't think of the word. Where you're, you know, like the black cat thing, the don't walk under a ladder, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. No cough. Don't come back. I apologize. But anyways, yeah, so, it's Friday the 13th. So I looked up the scariest movie of all time, and I want everybody to guess what you think it is. Of a ranking. Because scariest movie of all time. I got to go back to that. So, to me, I've watched two of the three movies listed here. So, two of them, well, one of them would have been creepy, had I not waited long enough to watch it, or too long to watch it. And, well, the other one wasn't really that. Oh, I'm sorry, there's four of them. I didn't see the other one right there. But there's four of the top scariest movies of all time. I want somebody to name one. Name one of your what do you think is the scariest movie? At least one of them. The number one, what do you think? It's between. Hold on, let me go back. It's between. One moment. But here's the thing: is some of these movies, you're looking at them and you're like, I've never even heard of that movie. But I don't know where these rankings came from. I'm just going off of this one that I found. But number one movie, scariest movie, which to me wasn't even scary. I'm not going off of that one. I'm going off of this other one because those ones were stupid. Let me go backwards. So, top three scariest movies of all time is either The Exorcist, The Shining, Hereditary, and The Conjuring. So 4 movies in the top 5 that, I read. And they have it as, which one do you think? Go ahead and throw your guesses in there so I can see who's correct and smart. I'm just kidding. But my allergies are acting up and it gave me a cough. So, yeah. But, like my new background, it's something actually that I purchased on Amazon. Turn around and run down the hall. Okay. Anyway. So what do you think is the scariest movie of all time? Hey Esther, how you doing? Horror. I love all horror movies. Trilogy of Terror was scary back in the day. And it's almost like my story of my doll. What up, Lisa? What's going on? Thank you for tuning in. What up, Matt? Thank you for tuning in. I ran into that wall. Let's see what it looks. Exorcist. Yes, that is number one. Exorcist is the number one most rated scariest movie of all time. Here's the thing about that movie. It's stupid. I'm kidding. No, I see, and that took too long to watch it. That's the problem. I didn't watch that movie. Okay, yeah, I'll check it out. I didn't watch that movie until I want to say 2000, 2001, something like that. And to me, I was watching it and I thought it was stupid. Did Marco show you the videos from the studio the other night? No, he didn't show them to me, but he told me about them, what was going on. I'll ask him about it. People are scared of a doll. Okay, so The Conjuring, I'm gonna have to check it out. I've never heard of it either, Lisa, so I've never seen that one. Did my video freeze up there? Stupid thing. I was wondering why it wasn't showing me running into the wall. Uno momento. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that, but whatever. So, yeah, definitely, I've never heard of that movie either. Exorcist was traumatized. Okay, again, so I took too long to watch that movie, so it wasn't even scary to me at that point, because I heard so much about it. I've seen trailers all over the place, jokes, memes, things like that. Well, not memes because it wasn't really memes back then, but why do you keep writing tunnel? This tunnel right here. So that's the tunnel. That movie gave me a nightmare for 2 weeks straight. Or starting. You mean 2 weeks starting? Thank you for the stars, Jim. See, Lisa. Thank you, appreciate it. Matt, why do you keep saying tunnel? Oh, my TV shut off. This stupid TV over here is just being a little bastard. I learned Spanish uno momento. Yes, see, I learned. No, I'm just kidding. No, yeah. So Exorcist, yes, was a. See, and that's the thing. It wasn't even that scary when I finally watched it. It was, honestly, I think it was because the way the graphics were, the makeup and stuff like that. It didn't really look scary at all. It was just, I actually laughed. But I mean, obviously back then when you're a kid watching something like that, yeah, you freak out. But not when you're an adult and you figured. I figured that's what was gonna happen. So, and of course you had your scary. Yes, I know. I remember that part. Yes, she stabs herself in her flower. Yep, she does. And but don't most women do that? No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. But I'm kidding. But you saw Exorcist live, whatever. When was that? And whose house was that at? Just kidding. And where was I? No. No, anyways, so with The Shining, I watched that obviously plenty of times to remember. Jack Nicholson was awesome in that movie. But to me, I don't know. I wouldn't really, for some odd reason, I don't really consider that a scary movie. Would it be? Because to me, it'd be more of a, I don't know, what would you call that though? Because it's not like, well, I mean, I guess it could be a scary movie because it's, he gets, what's the word? Possessed, I guess, by a ghost that died in that hotel. I guess I think that's what it was. And then obviously, if you've seen The Shining, you know exactly what we're talking about here. But that's the thing is like scary movie. Like I wrote a scary movie. I wrote a few of them actually. No, most women do not stab themselves. I know, I'm just joking. But no, I've written a few horror flicks that I want to film. I want to get them out there. But yeah, of course it's a horror movie. Yeah, I know. But the more I looked at it, I'm like, okay, now I remember that because yeah, he was possessed by whatever it was in that hotel. But yeah, I got a few scripts that that I got done, and it's I don't know. I'm just trying to see when I'm gonna actually film them. And are you referring to tampons? Kind of. Just kidding. No, I wasn't actually, but that's a good one. And I didn't even think that didn't even cross my mind. But I think a lot of horror flicks nowadays. You son of a botch. A lot of horror flicks nowadays are more. Not everything has to do with the devil, or Satan. Why can't it just be a simple ghost flick? Something's haunting a house. Whatever happened to that? Yes, it's a horror movie. I just agreed with. I already agreed with you. What are you talking about? But you know what I mean. Like, why does everything have to do with Satan? Or let's throw some. I don't know. UFOs. Let's do some more UFO movies. because you had the okay, so the best horror movie that, or not horror movie, UFO movie that was based on what I can't think of the name. Not Six Sense. Was it Six Sense? No, not Six Sense. What was that movie with Mel Gibson and his house was Red Rum. Red Rum. Oh, I wanted to punch that kid, but and then he kept getting louder, and I was like, "What the freak?" Yeah, just leave the house. But no, but I mean, like ghosts are not. Yeah, you can do like simple ghost movies where like Ghostbusters, the classic ones, but make them look realer. Realer is realer a word? More real. That's what I meant to say. And so, what in the hell is going on with my TVs? We're talking about ghosts, and my TV just flickered. Red hairs are referred to as spawns of Satan based on the Bible's description of Satan. Really? Mel Gibson movie. Yeah, you remember the movie? He's got the aliens stuff goes in his house. He hits him with his brother hits him with the bat. What the hell was the name of that movie? Somebody tell me, because I don't feel like looking it up on Google. I want to do things like we used to back in the day before we had Google, using our brains, and then go from there, and then look it up when you can't see it or remember anything. But definitely, signs. I knew that something like that. I kept saying Sixth Sense, but that wasn't Mel Gibson. Love that movie. Yeah, it was good. That was a good movie. That was actually one of my favorites. That was a really good movie. I liked how I can't remember who the brother was. The way he was responding to, and then you had Bruce Willis. Yes, he was responding to. They went to the basement and they seen. That would have been a creepy ass time if it was real, if that really happened. Because imagine being stuck in your house, knowing damn well that there's aliens outside your door, and you can't leave because they're gonna eat you. They're gonna jump on you as soon as you try to leave, and eat you from your face down to your nuts. Joaquin Phoenix, yeah. So is it Joaquin or Joaquin Phoenix? Joaquin Phoenix. Just kidding. But yeah, that was a good movie. I liked it. It was one of those ones where you're like, oh, what? There supposedly is a DNA link back to Jesus Christ. Is there a DNA link back to Satan? Yeah, I don't know. There could, I have no idea. Joaquin. Oh, okay, that's what I thought. Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah, he's a good actor. But that was an awesome movie. I loved it. But again, the other movie that was in the top 4 was The Conjuring, which obviously, was, the, what is that called? Annabelle doll. Or it ended up being the Annabelle doll. But to me, I'm like, so if a doll really woke up in your house in real life, would you throw that doll away or would you burn it? What would you do? Sorry, my allergies are being stupid. But I'm gonna go take a break real quick so I can go get me some water. I'll be right back.
Southside Cuts, located at 375 Columbia Avenue, right here in Holland. They are open weekly from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Call them at 616-836-7502 to book your next appointment. If your business is looking to become a sponsor, don't hesitate to call us for more information at 616-405-0542 or 616-850-4819.
I'm back. I actually had a old orange juice bottle, so I had to go get some water in it. So, all right, Matt. Have a good night. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you. So yeah, definitely Conjuring. Annabelle doll. You know, you had a doll that obviously came to life and ate people. I mean, who the hell thought of that? No, I'm just kidding. No, but it was a possessed doll. It was, see, and that's the thing to me is that who actually, I mean, have you ever really witnessed something like that besides Esther? I'm just kidding. Because Esther stated that she had a doll that moved on its own. I don't know what that TV's doing over there, but I'm about to fix that real quick. Hold on. But yeah, she had a doll that literally, she said, move it. What was it? A Barbie doll, something like that. And yeah, mine was doing that yesterday too. I don't know what the deal was, but mine kept. I had to. Yeah, I had to do the same thing. It kept. I had to keep refreshing it, which is kind of stupid. But yeah, I mean, we had to keep doing that too, and uh, or what was I talking about? Oh, the doll. So she said she had a doll that moved uh, her head, and so now if anything happened to that, you have seen something like that, is what you're saying? I haven't, because if I did, I would cry. No, I'm kidding. But I don't know. Do you believe that? See, and this is why I don't want to buy stuff from like. I heard about that the doll was missing, but we'll see. That could be true, Miller Ink Tattoo. I need to come on sometime because I have too many stories. That's what I'm saying. We got to get you on here and talk about that. But what was I saying? Oh, so what? It was there any a time that you like? Do you believe that things can become possessed and you know move on its own? Like you know, because you got all this proof of videos on YouTube and you know shorts and whatever it is on YouTube that talk about and show footage and evidence of this stuff happening. But of course, they always say, or is it fake, or you know, is it a hoax, you know, stuff like that. But you never know. But so do you guys are what is that word? I keep forgetting. You know, like the whole. Oh my lord! You know, like if you don't want to do something like if you break a mirror, or if you step under a ladder, or you know something about black cats, and because it's Friday the 13th, what the hell is that called? Someone help me, because I don't want to. I don't feel like going back to Google. Sometimes, do you ever think about that? About that sometimes when, like, you're like, how do I not remember that? You don't want to get your phone out. You just you're stuck there, and you're like, all right, screw it. I'm gonna look it up. But I love ghost hunting secondhand shops. I love ghost hunting in secondhand shops. See, I forgot about the one over on the highway by Wooden Shoe. Superstitions. That's what I was thinking. Superstitious. Um, I went to the one over on off the highway right there by the Wooden Shoe restaurant, and I didn't even realize that thing was as big as it was. And so, you know, I went walking through it, and it was cool. It's a good place for people that want to find stuff for props for movies and things like that. But I don't know, like I sometimes because of the Annabelle doll, I almost want to like not buy anything. because you never know. But 90% of the time, that's just like whatever. I'll buy it anyways. But just to say I have it. But I think too that most people that probably believe in stuff like that. Let's look it up and see what is the percentage of people in the United States that have superstition. The percentage in aliens. Let's see, or not aliens, ghosts. So the percentage of in just this is just in America. 40% of Americans, just under half, obviously, believe in ghosts. Let's see what the other believe in ghosts. Let's see what the percentage of people that believe in God is 81% in America, 83% across the world. How is that not 100%? Well, those 19, 18% of people is going to regret it. But that's their choice. That's their choice, obviously, but whatever. So, yeah. I wonder if they have a Jack in the Box. Oh, no. Yeah. they they might. Don't. Yeah, it's over by the, like I said, the Wooden Shoe Road restaurant. But I mean, I didn't see one because I wasn't looking for one. So, but yeah, if I run into one, I'll let you know. There's also one downtown, right by the corner of Seventh and River. If you turn left, you'll go towards the police station, or the back of the police station. Um, well, is it the front? But yeah, there's one. There's one right there too. I remember one over by where Blockbuster used to be. There was an antique store out there. Tulip City Antiques, I think is what it was called. Or, what did I say? Blockbuster? I meant Best. I said that last time. I meant not Blockbuster. Best Buy, where Best Buy is now. There was a Tulip City Antiques. See, and that's the thing too is, like I said earlier, can things even like a box? Yeah, like right before you get to the Moose, like up before you cross Seventh. But it was a that's a nice shop too. I like that one. But I think I forgot what it's called. Antiques on River or something like that. Whatever. Somewhere over there. It's on the corner of Seventh and River. But I think that yeah, that's like I said, it's Friday the 13th. Scary movie night and superstitions. Now, is there any superstitions that you have? Anybody that has out there that like you don't step on a crack or you break your mama's back. Remember that crap? Well, my mom's still walking. I don't know who stepped on one of our family members. I'm just kidding. Kidding. Uh, but hold on, I gotta sneeze. And yawn at the same time. But so is there any superstitions that you believe in? Stuff that you look at as like you do, around this time, and or any Friday the 13th day? I don't. I don't. I mean, I don't. I don't really follow anything like that. But or horoscopes. Like why? What? How? What? Why? Why? I guess it could be like a reassuring thing for people, but why are you following those? To me, I think it's just stupid. So, and this water's really cold too. But I don't have any super. Neither do I. I don't. Maybe back in the day I did like the "Don't break a mirror or you'll get 7 years of bad luck." But the more for example, the 13th or the number 13, I believe is supposed to be special and lucky. See, and that's what I read too. Okay, that's the way it was back in the day. You would think that, right? But I looked it up, and it actually says it's bad. Let me look that up again. Is the number 13 lucky? So, the number 13. Seriously? I just took a drink. Maybe it is unlucky because that makes me cough. I'm just kidding. But it says the number 13 is widely considered unlucky in many Western cultures, particularly in countries like the United States and Canada. Interesting. Let me show you this on the monitor. Whoops, not that monitor. Hold on. Un momento. See, it says right here. The number 13 is widely considered unlucky in many Western cultures. That's weird. If you jinx yourself and say that the 13th is like the Friday the 13th, it's going to be a bad day. Then it's going to be a bad day. Wait, what? But if you just say that it's a regular day, oh, whoops. I forgot to switch the camera. And you're going to have a good day. Oh, just say it's a regular day, then you're going to have a good day. And then Friday the 13th is going to be a good day. Okay. That makes sense. But, I just look at Friday the 13th because of the movie. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I look at it as. But yeah, I honestly, because I posted it on Facebook today, or last night sometime. You know what today is, and it was Friday the 13th. So, what do you guys think of Friday the 13th? And I'll be right back after these commercials.
Call for more info. Black River Studios, 671 Douglas Avenue, Holland, Michigan, 49424. 616-405-0542. By appointment only.
All right, I'm back, everybody. Sorry about that little wait there. But yeah, I mean, it's been 35 minutes. You got to watch the Friday 13th movie. Oh, yes, we got to watch those again. Because they're classics when we were kids. Did they scare you? They scared me a little bit. Because I always thought, why am I going to go camping? Freddy or Jason's out there. He's going to kill us. He's going to murder all of us that are out there. Stab us in the face while we're making out with our loved ones. Or not loved ones. I mean our spouses. I'm sorry, that's not what I meant. Anyways, Jason's gonna kill all of us. That's all there is to it. Jason's already out there waiting to murder anybody that's camping at whatever that campsite was. Anyways, making out with our loved ones. That's not what I meant. Anyway, I can't stop laughing. Anyway, yeah. So I mean, that's right. You have to watch all of them. You have to. I mean, you got to start from the original one, 80s, 1970s, I think. Or was it the 80s? Let's find out. Let's do some research. Friday the 3rd, 1980. It says right here, the first one. Which, you know what? You know who I forgot was in that movie? Kevin Bacon. Kevin Bacon got killed in that movie. Well, most of them did, but he was the one that I think was going to bed or something like that, and got stabbed when he was sleeping or whatever, what have yous. Something like that. But yeah. Oh, look at this is who played Jason. Wait, what? Hold on a minute. Okay. So Jason Voorhees was only 5'11". Because this guy right here is the one that played Jason Voorhees. Right here, see? Jason Voorhees. Or maybe it was the younger one. Was he supposed to be the younger one? I don't know. But Jason Voorhees right here. So that means Jason was only 5'11". So that he had to have been... Wait a minute. So in 1980... He was 10 in 1975. There's no way. Oh, he played the young Jason Voorhees. Never mind. Okay, because I was looking, I'm like, there's no way that he would have played Jason. So who actually played Jason? Let's go over here. Who played the actual Jason then? I don't even see his... The older Jason. I don't even see him on here. Well, let's put that on here. Who played the older Jason? Steve Dash? Oh, that's not right. In 1980. Hold on a second. Horror fans will never forget the Jimmy Penalty. Leaps from the Crystal Lake and drags Alice under the water. That unforgettable moment was Lehman, who became the first ever actor. Okay, so hold on a second. So what they're telling me here was because he was born in 1965. The first movie came out in 1980, which would have made him 15 years old when Jason came out. Oh, so he played the original. Okay, I get it. Never mind. Yes. Yeah, exactly. I do love to be scared though. Kevin Bacon, I wonder if he has a nice sauce. Really? I almost read that one. You almost made me say it. But yeah, I don't know because it said the original Jason was born in '65 and played Jason, the original Jason, in 1980, which would have made him 15 years old. So how does that make any sense? I have no idea. I have no idea. We'll move this over here, and I'm gonna zoom in on it. It's still over there. There we go. Now we cool. Now we look cool. Look how cool that looks behind me. But I hope everybody's doing great tonight on this Friday, the 13th. No, not scary enough. I want to be scary enough. Just kidding. But yeah, so that's Friday the 13th for you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. I want to thank everybody for tuning in and enjoying tonight's show, commenting and talking Friday the 13th with me. So anytime the rest of the tonight, when you say Friday the 13th, you got to act like you're saying it like a movie. Like a what do you call it? A narrator. Because this Friday the 13th is going to be scary. Something like that. But anyways. All right, well, everybody have a good night. I want to appreciate you. That would be badass if that was the corridor to your studio. I know that would be cool, actually. I would actually make that the end, why did I look over there like it was really there? Wait. So I'm still in the way. That background, I think that's a door over there in this picture. Or, I'm going to have to zoom in on it because I can't tell. But, I looked over there like it was really there. What an idiot. Anyway. All right, well, everybody have a good night. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate everybody for commenting and making the show what it is. Love you all, and you all have a good night, and don't scare each other unless it's Friday the 13th. Jason. Camp, whatever it was called. Camp Crystal. Crystal Camp. I don't know. All right, everybody have a good night, and we'll see you soon. Peace.